I was scrolling through the comment section of the video I did on Liam Neeson, and one of my subscribers had left a comment and said, "What possesses people like Liam Neeson to do what he did or say what he says?" And I think, if you want to limit it down, you can limit it down to white people because I think that's the subject matter here. And it can only be, for me, it's two things, one more so than the other. One, of course, is white privilege. That's a given. But there's something else in that element that causes a lot of them to do what they do, and that's arrogance. It's that arrogance that many of them have where they say that they can do anything, they can say anything, and there will be little to no consequence for their actions. And to be quite honest, I think that's a fair assessment. The reason I say that is because look at what Liam Neeson just did, and we'll use it. I can use a couple examples to be quite honest. Look at what Liam Neeson just did. He was allowed to go on in an interview and say this story, which anyone else most likely would have took to their grave. And he got on there and he said what he said with the utmost confidence. Like there was no shakiness in his voice. He didn't sound hesitant. He just told his own raw and uncut honesty. And there's not a lot of people holding his feet to this fire. And he's saying this because he knows as far along as his career has gotten, he knows it's not going to be affected. He knows that. You even have some idiots online, some who identify as black, defending what he said. I'm like, if you are black, especially a black male, you should be really offended by what he said because he could have talked about you. That's why I said in the video with Viola Davis's husband, I said, when Viola Davis said what she said, I said, Liam Neeson could have came after your husband if he wanted to. If he felt justified, with his convictions and stood firmly on his square. Mind you, this was in Ireland when he did this. But it's the straight up arrogance. Another person you can use, and this one definitely fits it to a T. 45. That man throws his arrogance around every single day and never really ever gets called out on it. Remember when he said he could go to the middle of New York or Manhattan or Times Square or whatever he said and shoot somebody and nothing will happen to him? The fact that he even said that and people took it as a joke lets you know the arrogance. Another one I can give you is the one I just did about the 13-year-old boy in Indiana, where he talked to Siri and said he wanted to shoot up a school. And, Siri had gave him a list of schools that, he could go to. And he screen captured it and then put it online. His arrogance of doing that made him do that because he knew nothing would happen, and nothing will happen because the police said they didn't feel that it was credible enough until it actually happens. And then of course the wagon should circle back around to those who said it wasn't credible, and they should be definitely held accountable because you didn't take the threat seriously. It's a plethora of reasons, not reasons, but examples I could go through, but we'll be here all day. But to answer that person's question, is white privilege? Yes, but it's definitely the arrogance behind it. The arrogance to feel that they can do and walk freely and do whatever the hell they want and there is no consequences. And unfortunately, a lot of the times there are no consequences for their actions. That's why they get to freely do whatever it is the hell that they want to do. I don't think I can put it any more more plainly than that. It's pretty just spot on, dead on, right then and there. Is the arrogance. Black people, we can try to do that, but it won't get very far. Hell, even most wealthy black people can't do that. And it's been proven time and time again. Look at what happened with Oprah when she went over to France a few years ago. Oprah is well known around the world, whether you like her or not. But they didn't know her, or they claim not to know her. She could have used her arrogance, but it wasn't going to fly. And then they tried to call the cops on her, and they was like, "Do you know who she is?" They probably was like, "Huh? Y'all called the cops on Oprah?" And they was like, "Oh, we didn't know who she was." Now, if people over there don't know who Oprah is, then anyone who's beneath her as far as wealth goes, they probably won't know many of them either. But like I said, white people in their arrogance is one of the ways they can get away with a lot of things. You can throw Harvey Weinstein in there. That man is so confident in his arrogance that he ended up stealing Rose McGowan's lawyers just to make sure her case didn't go forward. Now, like I said, that was real power, but that was real arrogance too, because he knew that he could. He knew that he had way more money than her, and he knew what he can. He's doing what he can to take as much heat off of him as possible. That's arrogance right there in the flesh. Like, he's like, I'm gonna walk away from this. They're not gonna Bill Cosby me, even though they should, considering a lot of the stuff about him is most definitely most likely true. So if you are white, you have the privilege automatically, but if you have the money, you got the privilege, the confidence, and the arrogance to go along with it, because you just know that you're gonna skate right on through everything, because like they say, money talks, bullshit walks. But y'all let me know what you think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. I will talk to you in the next one.